Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. The first one we got is from Martin Fitzwater. He did his guest posing right here, and currently he's 3 weeks out of the Pittsburgh Pro, where he'll be going against guys like Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford, and there is like talk about him potentially even beating them and winning the Pittsburgh Pro. Now, let's take a look at what Martin actually showed here, and let's discuss, let's see if he can actually do this, or where he will actually place in that top 3 or even top 4 or top 5, top 6. A lot of great guys are doing that show, including Vito, Krizo, William Bonek. Is Martin's top 4 spot really reserved, or like is there a chance of him placing on top of that bunch? I don't know. But let's take a look at this. Let's try to analyze all the poses that he showed us here. And overall, to be honest, guys, I wasn't exactly super impressed with his conditioning here, for example. I mean, I feel like Nick Walker is in far better conditioning right now at 3 weeks out. I mean, Martin never had an issue with the conditioning. That was always an easy part for him. So I don't doubt that he is going to be in shape on stage, but honestly, at 3 weeks out, I thought he was going to be more conditioned than this. You're going to see his back in a second, which is the body part that I'm mainly worried about as far as conditioning. But as far as this front double bicep right here, I mean, his arms used to be a really weak point for him. They came up big time. You guys know that I have a theory on how these guys get their freaking arms to grow a couple of inches in like 6 months. But let's forget about that. Let's focus on what he actually looks like. It doesn't matter how he got to this look. So arms do look better than before, and like the lats are flaring out, and he does look bigger than last year. I think he put on a solid like 5-6 pounds. But this front double, I don't know. I think Nick looks a lot better in the front double, and Derek as well. Now, as far as the front lat spread, I feel like he changed something, and he changed it for the worse. He's hitting this pose now the way Vito is doing it. It doesn't look comfortable, it doesn't look good, and guys, look, Martin is part of the team. He is sponsored by Hostile, and I'm not trying to put him down here. I'm actually trying to give him an honest assessment, constructive criticism. I hope he actually watches this and takes something away, because I want this guy to do well. I want him to do good, but from what I'm seeing right here, it doesn't look great. So front lat spread, I mean, he had an issue with that before. Like, he wasn't able to open up his lats, and like I think he had some mobility issues. So he probably worked on doing this pose differently. And what he came up with, I don't know, it doesn't look very good. I don't like it. Again, he's doing the same thing that Vito was doing. Like, he's pulling the shoulders backwards, he's pushing the chest up, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't look very good. I would prefer him to push the elbows and shoulders as well more forward to actually straighten his physique. He's kind of, I don't know, is he leaning backwards or what is he doing? It doesn't look very good. It looks exactly like Vito. I mean, he's not showing us his legs, but he's posing with the legs the same way Vito is. So overall, this just really reminds me of Vito, and Vito did not look good in the front lat spread. So Martin tried to change his front lat, but he changed it for the worse. It was better before. So I hope he actually sees this at his guest posing and he realizes the mistake and he doesn't do this pose this way at the Pittsburgh Pro. If we move on to the side chest, you will see that it looks good. It's a good pose for him. He does it in a good way, and he looks full, he looks big, it looks good. I can't say anything about that. But here is what I was mentioning before. So like, I thought at 3 weeks out, his conditioning would be better, right? I mean, again, he has no issue with conditioning, so I'm guessing they are like on the track. I mean, maybe he's holding a lot of water, and when they dehydrate him, his conditioning is actually gonna look good. This could be only because he's holding a lot of water, but I don't know. I would expect his back to be leaner at this point, drier. It seems like it's holding, I don't know if it's fat or water, but it's something. It's a film of something. Let's check his back actually once he hits the pose. So yeah, a lot of wrinkly skin, definitely not a lot of definition. Like, I mean, maybe the lighting is bad, but I don't know. I was kind of look at the lower back there. I mean, when he presses the fingers, like there is something. Like he's not in shape, not yet. Can he really get shredded so fast? We'll see. But yeah, once again, it seems like he added a lot of size. I mean, not a lot, but like 5 pounds, which is a lot for a guy at this level. I mean, fourth on Mr. Olympia, gaining 5 pounds in half a year. That's a progress for sure. So yeah, he seems bigger, and he needs to be bigger against Nick Walker, especially if Nick actually brings it, and against Derek Lunsford. But honestly, guys, based on what I'm seeing right here, not just the conditioning, but like the shape, the way these poses look and everything, I don't see him in that top 2. I'm pretty sure Derek and Nick are going to be battling for the first spot at Pittsburgh Pro, and I can see Martin in that top 3, battling against Guido maybe, but do I see him winning Pittsburgh? I doubt that. Not this year. I don't think so. But hey, who knows? Maybe he actually gets super dry in the next 3 weeks and he changes his posing a little, and maybe he's actually much better, much bigger. And he has a lot of strong points, like really good legs, small waist compared to Nick especially. A couple of really good shots. I definitely wouldn't bet on him like to win the Pittsburgh. I mean, nobody would, let's be real. But he is officially 4th in the world, so the expectations of him are pretty high. And even if he doesn't win, we want to see him at his absolute best. Is this shaping up like it's going to be his best ever? I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with this look at 3 weeks out, to be honest. But again, it could be the lighting, it could be that he actually can get drier and more conditioned in those 3 weeks, and he can change the physique completely and look much better on that stage. But we'll see. We'll see. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below. Now, here's, for example, what Brett Wilkin looked like at the same lighting. Now, he wasn't lazy. He actually put on some Pro Tan, and he looked dark enough. I don't know what he's prepping for. You guys remind me if you remember, but he looks big. He looks like he's in the off-season or like at the start of the prep, because it's a very lean look and big and full. He doesn't look like he's close to the show, but how much less conditioned than Martin is he really? I mean, yeah, Martin is more conditioned, but, not that much. We can see Martin's legs. I think Brett is holding the most amount of fat and water in his lower body, but as far as their upper bodies, I would say Martin is maybe like 2-3 weeks ahead of Brett, especially in the back. Okay, Brett's back is definitely a lot less lean, but like from the front, it's relatively close. Again, I think Brett is in the off-season, so, if he can actually look this lean in the off-season at this lighting, so would Martin be able to if he was actually in great condition. But at 3 weeks out, yeah, that conditioning is definitely worrying me. Now, as far as Brett, again, I'm not sure exactly which show he's doing, but he also looks like he made some progress from last year. I mean, we saw him last year at that show, and you guys know he was prepped with Matt Jansen. He actually talked about how he didn't even talk to Matt in the peak week. He made a lot of the calls himself. Now he has a new coach, it's Stefan Kinzel, so it seems like he might be able to peak better this year, to get in better shape, and it seems like his off-season is going really well, because he looks massive here. I wouldn't say he looks any smaller than Martin, if not even bigger in some body parts. And as far as like completeness and, the flow, the aesthetics, the symmetry and stuff like that, I mean, these guys are pretty close, to be honest. Again, Martin is 4th in the world, and Brett is what? Like, he never went to the Mr. Olympia, so there is definitely a big gap between these two competitors on paper, right? But judging by their looks, I would say they are decently close to one another. Brett's back doesn't look that great, but he's also not in condition, so that could be a part of the reason. And like Brett's legs are massive, man. Like, he used to have this weak point, his quads, but like, do his quads look weak to you? They definitely don't look weak or small to me. As far as the upper body, I mean, everything is there. Chest, shoulders, arms, lats, abs are crazy. His upper chest, front delt part, that upper chest shelf is just insane. That's his best body part and one of the best upper chest and like front delt areas in the world. Like he destroys Derek, for example, in that area. That's Derek's weak point. I would say Nick's as well, from upper chest. So Brad's got that going for him, and it seems like his legs grew a lot, you know, especially from the front, but like the hamstrings are there, the glutes are there, the back looks pretty big. I mean, this looks very impressive. I don't see why this guy actually doesn't go to the Mr. Olympia, and why isn't he like top 10? I mean, yeah, again, last year he won a pro show. For some reason, he didn't do the Mr. Olympia. Can't remember exactly why. I think he just wanted to take some time off. And when he won that show, he was polished, but he lost a lot of size in that prep. And I think that's definitely Matt Jensen to blame, because he did that with so many of his guys. So we'll see how Brett will actually end up looking this year with Stefan Kinzel, but this is looking very promising. I think if this guy actually achieves his full potential, he's definitely top 10 material at the Mr. Olympia, possibly higher than 10th. Why not? What do you guys think? Tell me down below. Alright, the next thing we got is another former athlete of Matt Jensen, a retired bodybuilding coach. And you guys know the whole story. Matt Jensen pretty much ruined this guy. Like, they had a really productive off-season. He got super massive. And then on the stage, he looked smaller and less conditioned than ever before. And that's when they stopped working. And Quint went a little bit crazy on Matt, making all those videos, talking horrible things about him. But, you know, he was honest. He was giving us his honest review. And there were some, you know, mixed opinions. Some people were like, don't blame your coach for everything. It's also your job to look the best you can. And then some people were like, it's good that you came out and actually said all these things. And, you know, after he made that video, that's basically like a couple of days later, Matt Jensen retired. So he kind of outed him, and like the whole social media went against Matt, and he was kind of forced to draw back. But whatever happened there, that's in the past. Quint is now prepping for something else. I don't know what it is. I think he said something about Tampa, but I don't know if he has enough time to get ready for Tampa. Tampa is in like, I don't know, 10, 12 weeks, something like that. I think 12 weeks is too much, probably like 10-ish, something like that. So, you know, his conditioning is definitely not looking great for 10 weeks out, if that's what he's doing. But it seems like he's making progress. Look at the arms right here, man. The arms, look at right here. This is absolutely nuts. The size of those freaking guns, man. Insane, crazy size. And also, his legs, which was a weak point, they also look bigger and fuller. Overall, he definitely looks improved. And in his case, it's definitely all about whether he's going to be able to bring the fullness with the conditioning. Whether he'll be able to actually get in shape while not losing the fullness, the tissue, which is what was the mistake last year. Like, he got in condition, he wasn't super conditioned either, but he lost so much size. This year, is that going to be changed? Or I don't even know if he's competing this year. Maybe he's going to take a longer off season and actually get big enough to go against the very best in the world. Is he able to go against the very best in the world right now? I don't think so. I think he definitely made progress, but for his frame, he still needs to get bigger. I mean, is he like at the level of muscularity of Andrew Jack? And I think these guys are like similar height. No, he's not. He's not that big, so he needs to get at least that big to be able to potentially be like in that top 5 mix at a Mr. Olympia, and I don't think he's close to reaching the size of Andrew Jack. And if he does that, then yeah, I can see him in the top 5 at a Mr. Olympia, top 3 at the Arnold Classic, but that's a big if. That's a big if. But I gotta say, based on the way things are moving, based on the way he's making progress, the rate at which he's making progress, it seems like he's going to be able to get big enough, complete enough in a couple of years. But not right now. If he preps this year, I can see him, be in that top mix at pro shows, top 2, top 3, but like to win it, he needs to be really lucky. And even if he does that, he's not going to be top 10 at the Mr. Olympia, not the way I see it. But It seems like he has a lot of potential, and again, it looks like he's growing, he's making progress. And if he continues doing this at this pace, in a couple of years, I can see him being one of the top guys. He has the genetics, he has the tools. It's all about whether or not he'll be able to hold on to the tissue, get in crazy condition, and actually make progress, a lot of progress before that, fill out his frame. But right now, it seems like he's on the right track. He looks massive, he looks huge. But can he be even bigger? Absolutely. What do you guys think? Alright, and lastly, this is kinda what I was telling you guys about. This is what conditioning should look like at 3 weeks out. And you might say, well, Krizo is taking these photos under some awesome lighting and he has a pump, this and that, but no, like look at the lighting right here. Like this guy is separated everywhere. Shoulders, chest, arms, abs, back, you name it. Like he's peeled, man. He's diced. He's dry. This is what you need to look like at 3 weeks out. And that's why I'm not sure about Martin. But again, like I said, you know, he could be like holding a lot of water for some reason. He's going to dehydrate and look shredded on the stage. But I don't know. I'm looking at Krizo here and this is far more impressive conditioning. So, like I said, Derek and Nick, I think that's a pretty guaranteed top 2. And then as far as 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, I think it's an open battle, man. Like, I don't think Krizo doesn't have a chance of cracking the top 3. I mean, we still have to wait and see him on stage, see how much improved his posing is, and like, did he actually improve his physique, those lacking body parts, like, his glutes mainly. And also, like, with good Vito, how much is he actually improved against Martin? I mean, last year at Detroit, Martin beat him, it was a close battle, they both made a lot of progress, but who made more progress? We'll see about that. And then, is Bonak actually that good to go against these guys now? Because some people are saying that he's better now than before, than at his prime. I disagree with that, but if people are saying that, then there's probably something to it. You know, he's still very good today, so I think all of these guys have a pretty equal chance to fight for the top 3 at least. And as far as Krizo right now, man, he's shredded. He's absolutely shredded. It seems like he's bringing his absolute best conditioning and possibly the best peak ever to the Pittsburgh Pro stage. What do you guys think? Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content like this, guys, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.